Hi there. This is a really great day to be together. And why would that be? It's part two of why it's important to understand our subjects. That's what the last video was about. If thoughts and feelings aren't true, why do we need to know the subjects that we loop or perseverate? That's a big word meaning repeat. Why do we need to know? Like, if they're nothing, like they're not the real you, if they're not truth, why bother with them? And the big T is that if we were seeing from the absolute, if we were seeing from life's point of view, from the weather's point of view, not the rain, not the clouds, not the storm, not the person, if we were seeing from the big picture, there would be no need to focus on thoughts and feelings. But as a psychotherapist for over 30 years, and from you, whatever age you are, we would probably agree with neurolinguistic programming. That's fancy words for what do we know about the study of joy and the study of the brain, chemistry and patterns. What do we know? We know from our own experience we need a thought interruption. And the thought interruption comes from not joining our subject. Now, once we begin looping, we're far into it, we haven't even been looking for our subject, we're probably gone until another subject comes. Gone meaning we're in it. It's really hard to step out of the subject of your anxiety once it's full blown. I don't use that word anxiety, but most of my clients do. Most of my clients use that in preference to fear, which is something you can actually handle. If I'm afraid of something, I can look at my fear. I can look at my body's response to fear. I can look at my actions. I can look at my thoughts. I can look at what other feelings intersect with fear. When it's anxiety, I think it's the body's response to fear, but it's all over, it's generalized. You can't do much with it. That's why people like it. What are you talking about, Rosalind? People don't like anxiety. Well, we get in patterns that feel like home. And if anxiety is perhaps hypervigilance to protect you as a child, let's say in an alcoholic home where things are unpredictable, as a child, it does work to say, oh, his voice is this way, or oh, she's starting to bang the pots in the kitchen, or oh, his face is red, or they're starting to talk about no money, what's going to happen next, or someone hasn't come home. It's very beneficial to be hypervigilant. Hypervigilant means on the lookout for what can happen next. And that breeds anxiety. It doesn't breed calm, right? But this is both a psychological and spiritual offering to you. That when we can look at our subject, we can stop the onslaught of what's going to take us down our own rabbit hole. I told you mine is weight. I am not interested in weight. My spiritual freedom does not come from being slim or from being fat. Neither of those are who I really am. What does that mean? That's pretty weird. My body's either fat or thin. But that's only if I believe I am what my body is. And most of us, in order to live within the world, we put on a bodysuit and we act as if, or we believe that is who we are. And so most people would say, I am my actions, I am my feelings, I am my thoughts, I'm my body, or I'm my beliefs and my body. But now let's just take a few minutes. If you're not already looping in your subject, think of your subject. Is it money? Is it a relationship? Is it about your body? Is it about an addiction of cigarettes, food, alcohol? Is it about a regret or an experience? Is it about unworthiness? Whatever your subject is, just dip into it. Don't go full blown. Just dip into it enough so that you feel it, you think it, you remember it. And now let's put it aside. And now go into your day. What happened this morning? You went to the bank, you had a call with this one, you went food shopping, you made a mistake, or the high side. Let's talk about the high side. You won this, you were in the flow, this person said yes, you got accepted, you feel like you belong, you had a good meeting, whatever it is. Both of those thought loops take you away from something bigger. Yes, you are at this current moment in a body. Yes, you have this personality. Yes, you have the feelings and the thoughts and the voice that make you appear to be you. But that's all a limited version of you that our culture has taught us we are. So just for right now, let's leave those, all of them. Leave them, step away from them. How are you going to step away from them? You view your body, you view your personality, you view your thoughts and your feelings. Whatever that you is, I'm inviting you to be curious. What is that observer or knower or watcher, whatever you want to call it? If it's your thoughts that you're watching, then it can't be that your thoughts are the watcher. A lot of times we think we are our minds, but there's something that is aware of it all. Sometimes we like to call that the witness, the impartial witness that doesn't care whether you made the money or you lost the money. Everyone has that. We drop everything when we go to sleep. That empty space before you go to sleep is what I'm calling up now for you to remember. Just breathe into that emptiness that's always available. It's not always present because we haven't been taught that it's anything. There's a famous story that a mystic named Muji tells about a man who saves money for his wife and children, but he hides it because he's afraid that when he's on a trip, they'll make it dwindle with frivolous things. So she doesn't know that it's there, but she's actually very wealthy. And he dies, and she doesn't know the money's there, so she begins begging. And in her reality, she's poor. But there's that money that she hasn't acknowledged because she doesn't know. That's us. There are riches underneath that emptiness. Someone in one of my classes discovered it, but she thought it wasn't the emptiness because it was the hum of a song, of a sweetness, of a joy that had no target, no reason for joy. And so she interpreted it as an experience, but it was actually what we all are. So your mind will say that's nonsense, that's gobbledygook, that's spiritual mumbo jumbo, unless this is the pathless path or you're a non-dual pursuant, then it will make sense. But I'm going to stop this video right here. And I'm inviting you to just sit in the emptiness that you know how to do. You do it every night or you wouldn't fall asleep. And see if there isn't possibly something beyond what our culture has taught us. We've been taught to look out. And yet many spiritual wisdom programs, ideas, mystics, quantum physics tells us we're something that's infinite, like energy, but we're not the solidness that we've believed ourselves to be. I don't know about you, but for me, that's really good news. Thank you for hanging in there with me. I'm so fond of you. How can that be if I don't know you? Because I know this other you, and this other you is me and everyone else. When programs and spiritual teachers tell us that we're not separate, maybe this is the doorway into what we are. Bye for now.